Speedo.
thought, if you put one lasagna on top of another lasagna, is it two lasagnas or just one big one?
It's a big lasagna.
Well, it's a big lasagna.
It's a big lasagna.
It's just a big lasagna.
You can have as many layers of lasagna as you want. It's still one lasagna.
Yeah.
Unless you cooked both of them and then you had the top layer. The end of the lasagna is defined by the top layer.
Do you think so? Because the top layer is just a middle layer that happens to be on the top.
Well, that's the thing. If it was cooked, though, because the top layer, you have extra cheeses and stuff on top. So if you cooked two lasagnas and then stacked those two cooked lasagnas on top of each other, then it's two lasagnas stacked on top of each other.
This is going to be the shirt thing all over again.
But if you made, like, let's say you had two pre-cooked lasagnas and you stacked those on top of each other, then you cooked it, that's one big lasagna.
See, the thing is, you cook, like, for a cake, right?
Yeah.
A tiered cake.
Yeah.
Each layer of the cake is cooked separately and then put on top of one another.
Yeah.
And then it still is one cake, even though they're all cooked separately.
You are correct, but the difference is the icing, right? So if you put happy birthday and all of your fixings on top of two cakes and then you stack those cakes on top of each other, well, you've got two fucked up cakes on top of each other.
I think you just have one cake with a surprise in the middle.
Okay, now you're just wrong. Sure.
What?
There's no reasoning with you. That makes no sense.
Sometimes when you make yourself a sandwich, don't you put like the jam or like a salty sandwich?
Yeah, like I don't write happy birthday in the middle of my goddamn sandwich.
Do you put a smiley face sometimes because it makes it taste better?
Never.
I do.
I put the pain of childbirth on mine.
What? So
what I was supposed to say the pain of separation, right?
My thing is, even if they're two separately cooked lasagnas, if you stack one on top of another, it's still just one lasagna.
Sure, you can hold on this belief because clearly there's no reasoning with you, but
because it's just a tiered lasagna at that point, even if the tiers are the same size.
I mean, you're just saying your own opinion, and you haven't addressed like my thing, where basically all you've said is that your unique solidified toppings on the top don't matter.
Yeah, it's just a center layer that's more extravagant than like the others.
Well, that's the end of this conversation.
It's the shirt. And then the second one, Biowoman. Doing. We got to get these guys on food theory.
Guess so.
It's more for me.
Except for Nyanny has no other points other than no, you're wrong.
What other points are there? What are your points? You write happy birthday on it. That makes it a top.
The topping is unique. You have a topping in the middle.
So that just makes a unique layer in the middle. Sometimes there's layered cakes that have like a layer that's different than the other layers. It's just a layer that's different than the other layers.
And I've said my point concisely is that the unique top layer defines the single lasagna, and all you've said is no. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm just saying that I disagree.
Yeah.
What do you? That's your opinion. How can I disagree? Like, how can I scientifically disagree with your opinion when there's no science involved?
Mine's
You're
not an
saying
opinion, it's a fact.
It's not a fact. It's an opinion. I'm saying that once the top becomes the middle, it's no longer the top. It's now just a unique center. It's a unique center. Can we move on? No, we can't move on because Clay's like, your point is stupid because...
Heracross says here, no, because two cooked lasagnas have two uniquely cooked top layers and are objectively wrong.
No.
I have provided a fact, a logic, and a thing, and all you've said is no. Once you put the top layer in the middle, even if it's different, it's a middle layer now.
Because it's in the center. How you cannot argue that it is not in the center.
Gordon Ramsay would shit all over your two-layered lasagna. He'd be like, why the fuck did you put two lasagnas on top of each other?
Because you get to have twice the toppings of it. Like, the top part of the lasagna is my favorite.
We're done, though. There's no convincing him. That's fine. You can hold on to your opinion. Yours is an opinion. Mine is, like, actually... It's got meat to it, unlike your lasagna.
It doesn't. It just doesn't. You're allowed to think whatever you want to think, but you can't say that mine is any less valid than yours.
I can, because you have a cooked top layer of lasagna in the middle of your lasagna.
You have cooked middle layers in the lasagna on the top layer of your lasagna.
No, but...
I feel like I'm drowning in responsibilities.
I feel like I'm drowning in stupidities.
What I want to make sure you understand is that... The middle layer of the lasagna, right, has sauce and meat and stuff and a little bit of cheese. But then the top, you grate it with like a huge layer of cheese.
And what you're not hearing, this is the end of the Nyancave. What you're not hearing is that top becomes a super special middle layer of amazing lasagna proportions.
I disagree. And that is your opinion. I disagree with your opinion because you have a broiled top layer of cheese in the middle.
I want that discussion animated lol.
Thank you, Negri.
Maybe. I don't know what qualifies for animation. It would be a single messed up lasagna. You know what? Put it to a vote. Put it to a vote. Let's see what the people think.
Okay, the people can think a lot of things. It doesn't change the fact that I believe.
Of course. I'm not saying you need to change your opinion because clearly you're not ready to listen, and that's fine.
It's not that I'm not ready to listen. It's just I don't have such strict rules on what a food is. Like, if you're eating it as one thing, then it's one thing. Lasagna.
You can't just disregard the top layer.
It's
of
two.
I conceded to you that if you put two uncooked
just
lasagnas on top of each other, it's fine.
Don't care.
Two cooked lasagnas. And why are you fighting it so hard? Two cooked lasagnas on top of each other? It's blasphemy.
It's not. It's special.
Mind off it all.
You're right. It is
Regale
special.
me with a
4 unbearable hours of opinion bashing later.
I'm just gonna let you know that most people believe that it's one lasagna,
Really?
or they don't care.
What is the vote number?
Vote 0 for it's 2 lasagnas. Vote 0 for it's 1 lasagnas. Vote 2 for I really just don't care.
What are the numbers, though?
You got 6 votes on yours, 30 for me, 29 for I don't care.
That is a lie.
It's not a lie. Do you want to turn around and have a look yourself?
Then the bot's broken because I'm looking at chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. There's at least 20 vote ones.
I don't know what to tell you.
I can literally count them in chat.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying.
Look through the chat, Zero. You can see them.
For vote zeros?
For vote ones.
Vote ones are me.
Oh.
It's 1 lasagna.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
I'm with Zena. Like, honestly, I don't care that much. I was just saying, like, oh, I just think it's this. And yours like, no, you're wrong. You're not scientific. You're the one escalating this. I was just saying, I think it's a magical experience to have 2 lasagnas tacked on top of each other, to have a wonderful giant lasagna with a magical center layer.
Oh, yeah. You can hold on to that. That's fine. While we're at it, why don't we just put a fucking banana and some salsa?